How do we create some of our most viral YouTube ghost videos? That's what we're going to be looking at today. I did make a part 1 to this in a video that went up a few days ago. That was a bit of a mixed bag response. Some people loved it and said that they wanted to see more, so I'm going to be making some more. Some people said that I was just way too jovial and I came across as quite smug within the content, which I want to start out with and say, you know, that's absolutely not my intent. I was just making the video as I always do, trying to kind of keep it upbeat and lighthearted. I understand that there were people that were upset with this content and are upset to discover that this stuff was faked, but ultimately, you know, I have apologized. I will continue to apologize to anyone that was upset by the content, but, you know, people want to see how this stuff was made, and you know, I quite enjoyed just demonstrating how it was made, and a lot of people felt like they learned something or came away from the video with some kind of knowledge that they could take into other videos. Not just my videos, but, you know, videos from other content creators to bear in mind, and ultimately, I guess that was the goal. If I can teach someone how I created something and they can be like, well, if that's how Ben made it, then maybe that's how so-and-so could have possibly made their content, then, you know, everyone's a winner. I educate you guys in some way and you guys can educate me. But please, don't think that I'm being smug when I make these videos. It's not my intent to upset anyone. If I do come across that way to you and that's how you receive it, then I do apologize. But I don't want to change the way that I make my content, because ultimately I still need to try and make it as enjoyable as possible. Anyway, with that PSA out the way, I hope that everyone can understand. This is how I made some of the most viral content, starting with this clip right here. So I'm just going to play the clip through and then I'll explain how it happened.
The fuck? What? Someone just fucking shot on me? That's not funny.
Okay, so for this one, it was fairly straightforward. Literally no strings attached with this one. What happened was, as I came downstairs, lying down over here, just on the other side of this breakfast bar was Lainey, and she just had her hand on the corner of the door, and all she did was, as obviously the cat came through, and then as I went to come around the corner, she just threw the door shut. You can actually hear her hand contact, like her hand slide off of the door when it happens. So have a little listen to this. I don't know if you can hear her nails catching the door on the way round. And then if you listen to the way that she talks, she tried to muffle her mouth to make it sound like she was a bit further away.
What?
Did you hear that? Because then if you hear how she speaks normally,
someone just fucking shot on me? That's not funny.
you can kind of hear there's a bit of a difference between how I speak normally and how Lainey speaks normally and how she spoke there. It was a bit like a whoa as opposed to a what. Does that make sense? Anyway, yeah, so that was that video. I mean, that one was really quite straightforward for us to make, and I you know, there was no way that anyone could have possibly identified string or anything like that, because there literally wasn't any in the creation of that video. But on to the next one. So this one was one that went really viral, actually. Take a look at this.
What the hell? Shut up. What the hell? Did you see it?
You couldn't miss it? Oh, we've got to watch that back.
Was that a shadow just then?
Where?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Okay, so again, this one was when you know how this is made, you'll be like, of course that's how it was done. So essentially what happened was there was someone else on the other side of this door, and they were rattling the handle, and then as we open the door, what they do is they just squat down, and then as we come in with the camera, we just go over the top of them and then pan around them. And as we look up the stairs, they scoot off into the kitchen. So as you watch it back,
What the hell?
So on the other side of this door, there was someone. And then as the door opened, that was their opportunity to then crouch down.
Shut up.
We come in, and they were just like round kind of this little caveat bit here. And basically the person would have just been off camera, just here, squatted down and looking up the stairs. Now, Lainey said she saw a shadow. I never actually saw a shadow, but that could have just been a silhouette. Obviously, if you take a look back through here, it was broad daylight through frosted glass. So it could have just been my silhouette up the stairs.
What the hell? Did you
And then obviously as we step back, this person's already gone into the kitchen. So you wouldn't see them.
see it?
You couldn't miss it? Oh, we've got to watch that back.
What's that?
Oh, I did see that shadow. I think that was my silhouette.
A shadow just then.
Where?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
There you go. So hope you guys understand how that one was made. I'm trying to not come across as smug, and I feel so self-conscious of it. Anyway, this one was actually something that we never scripted, right? This is one of the very few occurrences where like this just happened. I can't explain how it happened. Was it paranormal? I doubt it. I think it just fell over, but this was the video.
Can you repeat this?
It was on a live stream as well.
Oh.
So just watch this little K2 meter here. So it fell over. Obviously, people were like, oh, it lit up as well. Well, it falling over and the impact of it hitting the ground would have made it light up. Okay, so that's how that would have happened. As for it falling over, I don't know how it fell over because it was really steady and obviously it was just on carpet, which might have been the issue. It might just been uneven ground. But, you know, it fell over one way or another. I don't know how it fell over. It did. But yeah, that one actually wasn't manipulated by us in any capacity. So again, I don't know how it fell over, but I would hedge my bets on probably just some uneven ground, as I was dead still though, so that was one thing that really got me.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, so that was actually a genuine reaction because that wasn't planned at all. On to the next one. So this one was the yoga ball incident. Take a look at this. Okay, so that one, when you look at it, it looks pretty weird. Obviously, the whole ball was in frame and, you know, it just starts rolling and then bouncing, like kind of quite subtly. But what actually happened, this video was in reverse. So this is where we started playing around with, like, instead of just doing things like practically through string or, you know, just clever camera angles, this is where we started to use a little bit of digital technology to try and you know, make things happen. This one was probably one of the earliest ones where we did it, so it was a bit flawed. But basically what happened was this. If I play this video in reverse, can I play it backwards? Oh, it won't let me do it on YouTube. But basically I was hoping I could like skim it backwards and it would like move, but you know, if you play it in reverse, it's a really clean movement. And basically, I just threw it down on the floor, hid behind the sofa, or not threw it down, but I like slapped it a couple of times to get it a little bit of movement, and then it just like rolled off. And that was what kind of caused a lot of the movement. And you may have noticed that the timer down here is still going forward. So people were like, well, how could that be in reverse? Right, but what we actually did was I took two bits of footage. So I took the footage of the ball moving and I just reversed it. But then I took the timestamp moving forwards and just overlaid it over the top, so it looked like the time was moving forwards, but actually it was a reverse clip. And then I just like what's called masking, and I just cut out the timestamp, and I just put it down in the bottom corner, so it just like fits with the rest of the image, because obviously it just came from the same image. But a lot of the dust particles that were moving around, you may notice that when they kind of get down to here, they just disappear. And that's because this is an overlaid image of the timestamp. Does that make sense to everyone? And there's a lot of technical jargon I'm throwing out here. So essentially, the ball footage reversed, timestamp just slapped over the top, in forwards. Actually, you can notice very slightly, if we zoom in, you can notice the color change, where this was my first ever time using like masking. It was really messy. I didn't realize you could like do what's called feathering. Now, feathering is where it like disperses the image to kind of like blend it. It's like in art, artists will blend their work to like make the two like colors kind of blend together. It's a similar idea, but this was just hard, just a hard line, and you can see where it's a lot darker over here and it's a lot lighter on this side, closer to the timestamp. Does that make sense to everyone? I know that there's a lot of people that are going to be like, how does that even make sense? I might even go through a video where I just make something happen and kind of show you the process. But moving forwards, this is another one. I don't think this was using digital technology, but I can't quite remember how this one went.
So I'm on my work lunch break. I'm sat in my car. I've just checked my notifications on my phone because I can't have my phone in work. And there's been a notification, or a couple, from our home security camera. And there's some footage that I've just seen that you got to see it. So I'm on my work lunch.
I remember how this one worked. So this one, it wasn't using any digital technology. What this was, let me just fast forward. So this one was just 2 pieces of string. So I was down here behind the cabinet, and what I had was a piece of string attached to the drawer, and then I had down here, obviously underneath the grill, or underneath the stove, sorry, was the oven. And if you know oven doors, they're quite heavy. So I put a piece of string around the leg of the chair. I think it was around this leg here. I looped it up and made a pulley system around the handle of the oven, which then pulled the chair outwards and swung it around, which gave the impression that the chair was being pulled out. So yeah, if you watch it back, that was one pull, and then I got another piece of string and I just dragged the chair and pulled it across. Again, it was quite a simplistic kind of pulley system, but it does give off the impression of someone pulling up a chair. Now, this is the last video that I want to go through with you guys. Again, this one was not digitally manipulated, as much as people won't believe that, but it genuinely wasn't. The answer is a lot more simplistic.
Can you move the cat ball?
Anything.
Can you make the cat ball flash? Oh, that scared me. Oh my god, that's not often I get scared like that.
No.
Oh my god, that was so reactive.
I don't think this
sorry.
It broke. Oh, the ball's going.
The door handle.
And then the ball went again. Okay, so this isn't the video that I thought it was, but it's still a good video to use. So basically, this video here, the cat ball comes flying off the door handle. Again, someone was on the other side of the door. We had a cat ball kind of rested on the handle, on the groove of the handle. And someone on the other side just like, basically with their finger, just like doinked the handle, which then obviously did it on the other side. And it was like a spring, and it just flung the cat ball up and over. And it did end up breaking it. I'm going to find the video that I actually was thinking of at the time, because that video is... where is it? Is it this one here? I don't know if it's this one. I'm just trying to have a little look through the through the content just to see, because there was one. Is it this one here? No, that's not the one I was thinking of. Bear with us, guys. Bear with us. Was it this one? No. There's one specific one that I want to cover because it might be on here.
Thank you, Dave.
Okay, so if we go through, no, I can't find it now. I'll have a look and I'll put it into the next video. But there's a lot obviously to cover. And if there's anything specific, was it in this video? It might have been. Was it this? I think it was this. Yes, it was this one. Right. So a lot of people thought that this was digitally manipulated. It wasn't. This was actually just a kind of a choreographed little thing. And what I mean by that is, so this figure here, right, that kind of distorts the light and has got quite a solid thing. So we're sat on the sofa, okay, and what we've done is we've set up the laser grid pen, so it's like beamed across, and the camera, of course, as well. And we're sat on the sofa, which is obviously just kind of off camera, just behind the camera. And what we've done is we've put a knife, like just a buttering knife, in a plastic sandwich bag, and we've kind of pulled it tight, and then we've just kind of put it towards the door handle. And obviously the plastic sandwich bag distorts the light, which kind of gave it this weird kind of essence-y whatever. And then obviously this is the knife, that gives off this solid silhouette. And then obviously you can see the light bouncing around all over the place, and that's because obviously the light is hitting the plastic bag, and because it's all scrumpled up, it's kind of distorting it in all different directions, and it's not quite going all the way through. And then obviously there's I think it was Lainey was doing this part and I was on the other side of the door, and it's muted because Lainey says go when it's near the handle, and then I just spring open the door, similarly to how I explained to you at the start of the video. And that's why it kind of moved down and around and off camera, because it's obviously it was a solid figure. We couldn't just make it disappear. And then even as much as I like to think I was good at editing, I was never that good. What else was there? Oh, it was muted, and then I just overlaid a sound of in post edit of the door handle squeaking, which then just made it sound like it was always meant to be there. So those are a few videos that we created that went pretty crazy online, which and it explains, I hope that you guys can understand how I made it. Again, I don't mean to come across as smug within this video. I hope that you don't think I am. If there's any videos in particular that you want me to take a look at on my channel, or you want me to kind of explain, please feel free to let me know down in the comments, and I will definitely explain to you how it happened. If there's anyone else's channel that you want me to check out, now I'm not a debunker, and I won't go around saying this is fake and this is definitely fake, because I don't know, that's just not how I roll. But I can definitely take a look at a channel and say, well, if this was faked, this is how I would have done it. Okay, that's not me definitively saying that something is categorically fake. This is just saying, if I was to recreate it, I would do it in this specific way, and this could be how it may have been done by that original creator. Let me know down in the comments below if that's something that you want. While you're down there, be sure to jump scare the hell out of that like button if you have not already. And until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.